The crystalline waters of Nexus Prime's training facility had never seen anything quite like Cadet Alvina Chen. While her fellow cadets from various worlds struggled with the aquatic combat simulations, the human from Earth moved through the liquid medium as if she had been born to it. "Impossible," chittered Commander Zixtal, his 4 compound eyes reflecting the underwater lights. The insectoid officer had designed these trials to push cadets to their absolute limits. Water combat was considered the most challenging discipline in the Galactic Defense Academy. Most species could barely manage basic swimming, let alone tactical maneuvers in a 3-dimensional aquatic environment. Yet here was this Deathworld, primitive, executing combat roles and precision strikes underwater with an ease that defied everything the Galactic Council understood about biological limitations. Cadet Rafi Martinez watched from the observation deck, his chest swelling with pride. As Alvina's closest friend at the Academy, he had witnessed firsthand the casual way she approached challenges that left their alien classmates trembling. Where others saw impossibility, humans saw Tuesday. "She's making it look easy," he murmured to Cadet Veltara, a 6-limbed Zenthari who had become their unlikely friend despite initial hostilities. "Easy?" Veltara's translator crackled with disbelief. "Martinez, my species evolved in low-gravity crystal caves. Water is death to us. Yet your friend moves like a fish?" Rafi grinned. "Wait until you see what she does next." Below them, the simulation had shifted to its final phase. The training pool transformed into a maze of underwater obstacles, each designed to simulate the crushing depths of hostile water worlds. Pressure indicators showed levels that should have immediately incapacitated any cadet. Alvina didn't even flinch. Commander Zixtal's mandibles clicked nervously. "Computer, verify pressure readings." "Confirmed, Commander. Current simulation pressure equivalent to 200 meters depth on Standard Ocean World Hydro 7. The other cadets in the water were already struggling toward the surface, their various breathing apparatus working overtime. Veltara's people would have been crushed flat. The Corvin cadets' exoskeletons were showing stress fractures. Even the hardy Ursine from the heavy gravity worlds were showing signs of distress. But Alvina, she was accelerating. Her movements became more fluid, more purposeful. Where the simulation had intended to create a nightmare of crushing darkness and disorientation, she found rhythm. Her lungs, evolved on a world where atmospheric pressure varied wildly with altitude, easily adapted to the crushing depths. Her earth-trained muscles, accustomed to fighting gravity itself every day, found the water's resistance almost liberating. "She's not just surviving," whispered Cadet Thexanor, his reptilian features pressed against the observation window. "She's hunting." The simulation had one final surprise: combat drones designed to exploit the cadets' aquatic vulnerabilities. They moved with mechanical precision, their sensors calibrated for the expected panic and confusion of drowning students. They weren't prepared for a predator. Alvina struck the first drone with a precision that would have impressed her old swim coach back on Earth. Her body twisted through the water with dolphin-like grace, using the 3-dimensional freedom of the aquatic environment to attack from angles the drones couldn't predict. Each movement was economical, purposeful, the result of millions of years of evolution on a world where the oceans were both cradle and crucible. "Commander," came a nervous voice from the control booth, "the simulation parameters, they're being exceeded." Zixtal's compound eyes swiveled toward the technician. "Explain." "The human cadet. She's not just completing the objectives. She's rewriting the tactical doctrine. Look at movement pattern analysis." On the main display, Alvina's path through the water created a complex 3-dimensional map. Where other cadets had struggled in straight lines fighting the medium every stroke of the way, her route showed an understanding of fluid dynamics that the Academy's computers hadn't even programmed into the scenario. She wasn't just swimming, she was dancing. The final combat drone approached from below, its weapon systems charging for what should have been a killing blow against a disoriented, oxygen-starved cadet. Instead, it found itself facing something its alien designers had never encountered: a human who was completely at home in the water. Alvina's counterattack came from above and behind simultaneously, her body corkscrewing through the water in a maneuver that used the drone's own momentum against it. The machine, designed to exploit the weaknesses of species that feared the depths, simply couldn't process what it was seeing. When she finally surfaced, the entire observation deck had fallen silent. Cadets from a dozen different worlds stared, in a mixture of awe and terror at this human who had just rewritten everything they thought they knew about aquatic combat. How? Commander Zixtal's voice was barely a whisper. Alvina treaded water effortlessly, not even breathing hard. Sir? I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. The pressure, the oxygen deprivation, the three-dimensional tactical requirements. How did you... Oh, that. She shrugged, causing small waves to ripple outward. I grew up swimming in Earth's oceans. My grandmother always said that if you can surf during a hurricane off the coast of Hawaii, everything else is just a puddle. Raffi couldn't help but laugh at the stunned expressions around him. Commander, you have to understand something about humans. We don't come from a nice, safe world like most of you. Earth tried to kill us for millions of years, with weather, with predators, with natural disasters, and especially with water. Our oceans are filled with creatures that make your combat drones look like toys. Deathworld, muttered Veltara, her translator conveying something approaching reverence. We always knew, but seeing it... The thing is, Alvina called up from the pool, you didn't try to drown me. You gave me a swimming pool. She grinned, and for a moment every alien in the room caught a glimpse of the apex predator that lurked behind humanity's friendly facade. Want me to teach you how it's really done? As word spread through the academy of the human cadet who had turned the most feared simulation into a masterclass, one thing became clear to the Galactic Defense Force. They had been thinking about warfare all wrong. They had seen water as an obstacle to overcome. Humans saw it as home field advantage. And throughout the galaxy, military strategists began to understand a fundamental truth about the species from the little blue planet. Anywhere you could put a human was somewhere humanity could fight, even if you had to drown them first.